Hello, it's New Year's Day. I've been in and out of the workshop checking on some sticks that are drying, and I've just basically put a rough shape on a couple others that I'm in the process of getting ready to go further into the production with. And they're special ones. But I'm here, and I thought I'd have a little chat with you about what's actually going to happen in 2023 for this channel that I do have, Hidden Valley Footpaths, but also the sub-content from Folklore Hiking Sticks. They run pretty much on the same channel, but they do draw two different kinds of audiences. But nevertheless, they're both based around me and what I get up to. So ultimately, I feel I can cover it here. So we'll make our way into the main workshop. But here, these are the ones I've just got done. It never kind of stops. This is another batch that's gone through. A songbird there, a couple badgers, a moorland pony, magpie, and a Highland cow. But as we make our way in here, you'll see it's extremely full. I need to get in here and sort all this out. That is a project. Unfortunately, my workshop isn't just solely a workshop. It is a storage area for everything that goes on in our life. And indeed, the work area that I have here to do work on hiking sticks, ultimately, it's shared with push bikes, surfboards, household paraphernalia that needs storage. And then my bushcrafting, wild camping items, and any kind of paraphernalia that you can think of. You'll see here's the two I was working on. These are going to be the Valhalla model. This one has a natural knot here to give me like a hand rest, like an axe hand rest. And I've had to carve one into this one here because it's got no natural feature to allow that to look that way, so I've had to manually do that. But let's get back to what we're going to talk about now. Hello and welcome back, and you're currently with me in the workshop. This is the main part of the workshop, and as I said to you before, I'm here to discuss what's going to happen in 2023. Now, I hope you've all had a good Christmas, and you've had a very pleasant New Year's Day. Like I said, I've just been floating in and about. I've had things to do in amongst other stuff I've done with the family. But I need to really basically do this because, it's pretty much, setting out your stall, as they say, and your wares so people can see what's on offer and what's going to happen. So basically I'm just going to give you a very quick kind of itinerary to what will happen through this year. This is all subject to change. None of us can predict the future or what's going to happen. Just take a look at the last few years. But getting straight into it, my channel's kind of split right the way down the middle. The first part, I suppose, is hiking sticks and everything, in and around making them, using them, and, ultimately, the crafting side of it. And I understand some people only really want to see that. I'm a hiker, and that's ultimately what got me into making hiking sticks and doing what I do. And they do both go together. You don't have to be a hiker to make hiking sticks, and you don't have to be a hiker that needs to make hiking sticks. It just so happens that for me, they both gel together, and I enjoy, how they both interact in my life. So you will be seeing me making more hiking sticks, the crafting side of it. I've got so much more I can show you on my techniques and how I go about doing things. And, on top of that, the same goes for the hiking. I want to take you along on a lot more of my local hikes that, you've seen me do, but do other ones. And I have, endless amounts of miles of, footpaths I can take you on. Not only that, I do have one real big expedition that I want to do. I managed to complete 2 last year, which was following the river and crossing Bodmin Moor east to west. But I do have a valley that sits below me, which goes for about possibly 6 miles, maybe more, if I was to really stretch it out in one direction. And following the river's completely flanked by woodland, and it's in a real deep valley. Now, I've been into several parts of the woodlands along the way, but there's probably 75-80% I haven't been in and I know nothing about. Curiosity is grabbing me and I want to do an expedition right the way through. Some of it is used for sporting purposes and some of it is just left completely to go back to the wild. It is owned, but people just do not use it. It's left to be woodland completely on its own. There will be a lot of bushwhacking. There will be a lot of scrabbling up and down steep gradients, forging my own trails. This is going to take a lot of time planning, and it will burn a lot of time. I will record it, and it will probably have to be in multiple segments, but I will be doing that this year. We also have another trip abroad. Hopefully it'll be Portugal, depending on health. But ultimately, saying that, I do want to get back to the Canary Islands at some point, as I've spoken to my wife Jamie, and start resuming my surfing over there again. It's been about 4 years, I think, since I last had a wave in the Canary Islands. So I would like to do that again. So, we've got all this, to think about and, see what happens in regard to that. There's a raft of other things as well. My channel, I do throw in odd little things like, bushcrafting, wildcamping. They are part and parcel of my hiking, and being out in nature. And, it won't change. I will put the odd thing in. If you look at my channel, I've got a mixed variety of topics, but it's all based around me living here in North Cornwall in a rural community, and basically you're witnessing my life. Nothing that I do isn't what I do or want to do or I'm doing for the camera. It's my daily life in a lot of cases and what I get up to. It's me. It just so happens that I do film some of it along the way, and and it gives me kind of a little bit of pleasure to document it, not only for myself, but I quite often find my kids chuckling and laughing at Dad, which is great, and they'll obviously, it's a bit of almost like a personal log. They can look back on it and have a laugh along with Dad. But ultimately, I'd like to take you to the coast a little bit more, because that is where I have frequented a lot of my time. You've seen the amount of surfboards I got in this workshop. I am an avid surfer. It is North Cornwall. And if you lived in the Alps, you'd snowboard and ski, but I live on the coast here in North Cornwall, so I surf. And I suppose if you lived inland, you'd probably be dirt bikes, and things like that. But this is me. And I'd like to take you along on the coast. There's some really nice coastal path walks. There's a lot of stuff near me on the higher ground. I'd like to take you to some more monuments, prehistoric, Bronze Age, Iron Age. I would also like to take you back to that Iron Age village that we passed through when we were crossing the moors. It's a truly mind-boggling concept that you can actually be standing in a village where people lived and indeed walking through their front door. If you expand your mind, it's mind-blowing. I'll also give you some local stories, legends, folklore, discuss the creatures, the personalities involved with that, as I've already done on my channel. I'm due an upgrade on my phone. You know, I've had it for God knows how many years, and the contract is up, so I'm due to exchange it for a new phone. And I shall be doing that, and hopefully, upon hope, that it will involve, you know, a newer and better camera, and everything will be a little bit more crisper and a lot easier and a lot better for you guys to watch. So yeah, you know, there's a lot more of what I've already been doing, and it's going to be a lot more of it. And on top of that, I won't say on a grander scale, but I'm actually going to take you guys along on some of the more, you know, fuller trips and expeditions where quite often sometimes I just, well, can't be asked to film. I just get on and do what I got to do, enjoy it, and think to myself, I could have filmed that really. But yeah, you'll be coming along a little bit more with me this year. And, you know, I won't forget the workshop, because this is an important part of my life. And indeed, it's where I make a lot of our income, or, you know, a good proportion of it. And having said that, we're trying to get online. You know, we're not internet buffs, but we're trying to go down that avenue as well. You know, like everything, times are moving on, and, you know, craft fairs, stores, car boots, and everything like that. It's been fantastic to me, but, you know, I've realised recently that, you know, as much as I'm, you know, resisting it, I do need to have a bigger online presence. So I should be hopefully moving into that area as well. So yeah, this is Andy from, you know, Hidden Valley Footpaths, and obviously Folklore Hiking Sticks, and you're in the workshop here. But, you know, I hope you like the content that you see, and there'll be plenty more of it to come, and I will enjoy bringing you along with me. All the best, stay safe, and let's hope we have a good year together.